what's going on that Yosef said, La yuchal Yosef apik? He couldn't withstand the pressure, and he had to be Megala that he's Yosef. And it sounds like he really wanted to continue this whole argument and this whole situation with Yehuda, but he just couldn't. Why? Why did he want to continue it? And what was the point of this whole discussion? Let's learn Parshas Vayigash, Be'ez Hashem. Vayigash alav Yehuda v'yomim bi'adoini yidabnu av t'chudu v'ba'oznai adoini v'yicher abchol avdecha ki chamoicha kapare. Yehuda said, let me try. Vayigash means that he went to Doirin Tfilim Mulchuma. He came to fight with him, he came to beg him, he came to give him something. And over here also he did all three things. He was mispawel to the Rebbeinu Shalom. Also he was begging. He was begging him. He was fighting with him. He told him, Ki chamoicha kapare. There are 4 perishim, Ki chamoicha kapare. One perish is, you're chushev like a melech. The other perish is that Paroi is a goyz of Makayim, you're a goyz of Makayim. The third perish is that you're going to get Siras and you're going to get Malchus, just like Paroi got by taking Suda, you're going to get for taking Binyamin. And the fourth perish is, Rashi says, if you're going to get me mad, I'm going to kill you and Paroi. So there's Tefillah and Melchuma, and there's also Doirin. The Doirin comes in the end of this Pairik, where he says, I should be a slave instead of Binyamin. Obviously, Yehuda is a much better slave than Binyamin, so it's a Doirin, it's a present. He gave him all three, and he came to fight with him and to argue with him. Well, then he has a whole long arichas, and he tells him over the whole story, everything that happened in the past, like Parsha, from the beginning of Parsha Mikhaitz until now. He tells him over the whole story. What's the point of telling over this whole story? A lot of Mefarshim, the Ramban, they're trying to figure out what's the aim over here. I think Yehuda was saying, I don't have a clue what's going on. Maybe you can clue me in, because nothing about the story makes sense. We came to get food, and all of a sudden this metamorphosed into some kind of crazy situation. We didn't, this has nothing to do with us. None of this happened. We never took the money, we never took the goblet, the gavia. We were straight people, we weren't meraglim, we weren't anything. You put us in jail, you made this, you made that. And we went back and forth to my father and this and that and everything. I don't have a clue what's happening here. Could someone explain this to me? That's what he was saying. He's saying this whole areich is trying to say, help me understand what's going on over here. This was actually the point. This was the culmination, this was the apex of the whole avodah, of the whole Parshas Mikhaitz, is to get to this point. This was the point. We have no clue what's going on here. That is gulas. Gulas is when we're confused. Things are happening. I'm upstanding, upright person, and all of a sudden, the guy is like arrested. What happened? I don't know. It's just things happen around you, and just because that's gulas. Gulas is unclarity. Gulas is where you're not in a good state. Everything, any little thing can shake you, can put you, and that's what Yehuda was saying. That's exactly what's going on. And the reality is that was the point. The whole point of going down to Mitzrayim was to get into Gulas. And the whole point of it was, we'll see in a minute, that was the aim why Yosef had to be here. But really, Yosef had intended for there to be even more tsar, even more inner angst, anxiety, and pain. Because as much as they are doing inner pain, Koishi HaShibid is what helped them get out of Mitzrayim earlier. The pain that the Shvutim had now, when they were taken, and they were, this whole Alila, and they were taken back, and they were, the thing, they're going to go to jail, and then the Binyamin's going to get killed, and the father is going to lose his mind, and everything, all of this business, and all of that pain that they had, inner pain, that was Koishi HaShibid. And the more Koishi Shebet, the more they'll be put from having the actual Shebet Mitzrayim. Because what's the point of Gulas in Mitzrayim? The aim, what's the aim of Gulas? Is the person comes to a realization, I am not in control. And when you come to a realization that the Rebbeinu Shalom said, Batzalechu, imtzuichu kolot v'urumayla ba'achres hayom v'shavtu ad Hashem alekeichu. You go back to Hashem when you realize that I am not in control. And this point, Yehuda realized it over here. He realized none of this makes sense. Nothing over here is flowing one from the other. It's all somehow something above us. We're not in control. That he realized that point. And at that point, Yosef he just couldn't hold himself in. He couldn't be the one making the additional tzar. But some Sfurim say that had he held out a little bit longer and made the additional tzar, Yaakov wouldn't even have had to go down to Mitzrayim. Would have been enough to shoot and wouldn't have had to be Yaakov. Okay. But we're going to talk in a minute what the reason was, why he wanted. Why the Rebbeinu Shalom wanted Yaakov to go down to Mitzrayim, and this was Ma'as Hashem Zois that Yosef should be Megala now, in order that there should be the Yerid Mitzrayim and Yaakov should go down to Mitzrayim. So, Umet Hashem, in the next episode, we'll explain that. We're up to V'siyata Deshmaya, we're up to Peirik Memhai.